Remember that the user experience is everything, and it's the main thing that will keep you awake at night if it doesn't deliver. So when using cloud for your business applications, such as voice, video, document sharing, collaboration tools, the experience that your end users receive has to be at least as reliable as before, delivering the same or higher quality, and it has to be fit for purpose. It's simply not acceptable if the application response is slow, varies during the day, or drops out in the middle of a conference call.
First is security. That's a hot topic for everybody that we talk with. Now be sure to evaluate and understand the security of each option when you consider your choices. The second thing to consider is data access and privacy. Access to your data and its privacy is critical. Be sure you identify the access mechanisms in place and how they relate to security. Next, it's important to evaluate your company's existing infrastructure. How much expertise and resources do you have on site and internally to manage an on-premise solution? Consider these costs and factors compared to what the cloud may have to offer. Finally, when discussing cloud versus on-premises, Trendsoft believes the number of user locations is a key factor to consider. The more locations you have, the more value that is often offered in the cloud.
Ask the right questions, but also importantly to understand the answers. For example, simply asking, do you have a data center in a region, has implication that you're assuming that's the data center you'd use. Reality is ask deeper questions. Which data center will be on? Where will the backup resilient data center be for our specific use? And where are all your data centers? So go one layer beyond, and any transparent cloud vendors could be more than happy to answer those questions.
Think about authorization across your app stack in kind of three ways. Define it, make it decoupled, make it declarative. I know it's not the hottest part of the gig, but if you can define your authorization policy, what second piece, make it decoupled, find a way to get the authorization decisions externalized to that. And then that last piece, be declarative. Use those downstream APIs to actually do the enforcement when you're using some policy engine to do the context-aware decision-making.
As the platforms offered by cloud service providers have matured, the cloud has become commercially viable for hosting critical applications as well as database as a service. This viability is true even for complete suites such as SAP that span virtually all of an organization's departments and all of its business functions. This change will put greater focus on reliability, availability, and performance of the applications and make the cloud more strategically important to companies.
And one of the things that I've learned over the past few years is making sure to build in observability into your systems as soon as possible. If you don't do that, your cloud costs can get out of control really fast, and you don't have any insights into your system because often cloud systems are distributed systems. And so you need to be able to do traceability between your different things. You need to be able to monitor your different components of your system, and you need to also be able to log everything that's there. And so making that a part of our development process has really helped us to make sure and ensure that we have observability in all of our systems that we run in the cloud.
One of the biggest wastes of money is leaving things up 24/7. So if you do that in an on-prem environment, it's not really a big waste of money. But if you do that in a cloud environment, you're going to get burned because you're being charged every minute for those compute resources. By turning off non-production systems on nights and weekends, you save 65% just by doing that.
I predict in 2020 and beyond the following major market trends. The first one is the rate of innovation. We'll continue to see that grow at an exponential velocity. And in tandem, the atomization of IT. Underlying all this is the explosion in hybrid cloud, both private and public. We expect the hybrid cloud market to grow to a $300 million market by 2022. We'll see widespread adoption of AI/ML to help drive better business outcomes, to improve IT's agility, reduce error rates, and also address the growing skills shortage that we're seeing in the market.
One of the things that we have found consistently over time is that folks like to take workloads that they have on-prem, take their existing IT infrastructure, and try to figure out how to jump straight into the cloud. We have found that this is, generally speaking, a bad practice. Leverage VMware Cloud and AWS as a sort of landing zone, a waypoint, if you will, because by moving here, you can get your infrastructure in the cloud, but keep the same operational modalities. And because you are able to do this at your own pace, because this is already in the cloud, you take away the risk of that cloud transformation project.
Data is probably one of your largest, fastest growing, and most critical assets. And to think that all of your data can be either in the public cloud or on premises is probably not realistic. So my advice for you is to look at storage agnostic data management platforms that allow you to freely and efficiently move data between on-premises legacy storage and more modern public cloud storage architectures.
Research shows that modern businesses use north of 1,000 applications to manage their day-to-day business operations. And so making all of those apps work together is really fundamental. You need to approach that problem either strategically or tactically. In a strategic mode, you're using API integration technology and skills within your own business to make sure that you're creating a fabric that integrates all of those apps together. Or tactically, you're going to rely on the application vendor themselves to provide you out-of-the-box integration capabilities as part of their product offering so that you can easily interwork the new application with the existing apps and business processes your business runs on today.
There are really two key things that I think anybody should look at when they evaluate a cloud solution. The first one is the ability of that cloud solution to support a really rich, really engaging user experience, something that consumers have come to expect. The second thing that I think is really critical is that the tools support an agile development experience, that an administrator can go in and change the business flow, can change the branding of the experience without having to require an expensive retest of the entire solution that can be pushed out in deployment quickly and efficiently.